Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're not golfing today, we're going to do a quick tour of Bulwell Golf Club. It opened in 1910 and was designed by Tom Williamson, a local man, lived on St Albans Road, Bulwell. It's a par 69 and it's 6,097 yards long. Here we have the 18th. That's the 18th green. Some guys just putting out there on the 9th. Brand new tee box on the first there. We'll go over and have a look at that in a little while. We're just walking up the path to the clubhouse. It's also a cafe, very popular with dog walkers. We're going to have a look inside. Right, we're going into the clubhouse. So it also doubles as a cafe. All new furniture just been set up. Looks like Newler's just setting up. Can host conferences, birthdays, weddings, that kind of thing. Go around. Ice creams. Small selection. Gloves, hats, tees. Great bar selection. I can vouch for the Madry. Snacks. Excellent flapjacks. Here we have all the previous winners, competitions. Perry Challenge Cup, gold medal handicap, we're about 76. That's not here, we all know where that is. Gold medal scratch, Sheriff Ward. Broxton Challenge Cups and Albany Challenge Cup, all back to 76. Previous winners scroll, Nottingham City Golf. And there's the old original clubhouse, which is up by the 16th green now. A picture opening the course. We talked about Tom Williamson earlier. I've just found out that he also, not only did he design this course, he designed Bulwell. I'll take you down, that just takes you into the toilets. Just have a quick look at the World Handicap System. I'm currently off 12, so what we're getting, 13 shots for me. I'm going to have a quick walk over to the new putting green. It's only been in, I think put it in probably autumn. Let's have a quick walk around. Really coming on. I'm sure about September, October time, this was just a pile of mud really. I've not used it myself actually. It's just re-netted the practice net. That was almost collapsed. I need to say that this course was only taken over just over 2 years ago from Nottingham City Council and was due to close. So new owners came in and saved it and resurrected it really. I'll have a quick look at the putting green. Still patchy in places. But on the whole, feels really nice. Great work from the greenkeepers. Okay, here are the first tee box. This is pretty much brand new. It's only been back in play probably a couple of weeks. All completely new, all relayed the back end of last summer, autumn time. All been built up. There's going to be, I've just been speaking to Tom, who owns the course. There's going to be steps going into this corner here, access steps with a brand new sign. Yeah, I mean, from the whites, which are going to be right at the back, it's added probably 50 yards onto the first. I think there's going to be access at this end as well. So yeah, looking really good at the moment. just looking down the first, pretty tight. All trees on the left if you've got a little bit of a hook, all trees on the right if you've got a slice. Just about see the pin there in the distance. Right, so here we are, back of the first tee. We're going to get the drone out. We're going to have a fly down first and see what this place looks like from above. Right guys, I'm just coming off the 14th green. We're going to walk through the woods, only a couple of minutes walk, up to the 15th tee, and we'll talk about the 15th. This was unplayable 2 years ago, completely out of play. The 15th, 16th, 17th, it wasn't worth coming over here. And the 15th was literally, he put a temporary green in. It was a 60-yard pitch to a temporary green, pointless playing it. You just used to walk through it. Basically underwater, no drainage, and you just didn't bother with it. And you couldn't see how it was ever going to get back in play in the foreseeable future. But again, the green staff have done an amazing job. It came back into play, I think, the end of last year. The end of last summer, they managed to get it into play. I mean, the green was great. It could work on that, but the ground was so wet. I found out there was clay pipes underneath the fairway, which for the drainage, which has all collapsed. And he's now put another 9 pipes in for drainage. The problem was there was developers, and the council let them dump their soil and rubble on the right hand side when they were building houses in the area, and obviously that didn't help the drainage. Also found out there's a natural spring up on the right hand side, so obviously that didn't help as well. So we're just coming across the road. That's the road where you get down to the clubhouse, and we're coming down to the 15th tee. Right, here we are on the 15th tee. Nobody around. It is 416 yards off the whites. I mean, basically the winter green used to be where the first red stake was. It was a pitching port. So, like I say, you just didn't bother with it. As you can see now, the fairway looks pretty good. It's amazing, really. So what we'll do, we'll walk up the bank. You can see where it's all banked up. This was all building rubble, all ballast. It's still pretty soft underfoot, actually. Even after it's not rained for probably 10 days. It's still pretty soft. So we'll walk along and I'll come back to you. Right guys, looking back down the fairway towards the first tee. Looking along, still quite undulating. I think it was probably farmland. Late 1800s, 1900s, before they turned it into a golf course. You can see the first of the ditches he's put across, the drainage. There's also a ditch at bottom of this hill, all the way along, and on the other side. See where the red stakes are? That's all drainage. So what we'll do, we'll look over this side, and as you can see here, absolutely full of water. So like I say, you've been told there is a natural spring up here, but obviously this just sits here all the time, so it's constantly soaking its way through across the fairway. It's still really soft underfoot. Just see somebody putting out on the green down there. So I'll speak to Tom, who owns the course. Ironically, Nottingham City Council actually rang him up and said they've over-ordered on trees. Has he got any space for them? Now, he's told me he's planting all the way along this bank willow trees, white willow I think he said, so they will act as a natural soak away. So hopefully that will help to alleviate the problems. But I don't know if the camera's picking it up. You can still see in here. No, you can't really. It's absolutely full of water all the way along behind the trees and the nettles and what have you. Old speckled end cans, things like that. So, but it's a stunning hole. Stroke 1, par 4. You're happy to walk away with a 6. To be honest, I am. You can make par down here. You've hit 2 great shots. So you can see another ditch, another drainage ditch running across there. So he's put 9 pipes underneath. I don't know if they're the ridges you can see there. Not, but there we go. So that's the 15th in play. Looking pretty good for the state it was 2 years ago. Like I say, absolutely unplayable. Can we see down the bottom of here? Let's have a look. If we can see. You can't see, but it is full of water. So like I say, that's constantly soaking away, soaking across the fairway. I'm not going to go any further because there's somebody teeing off on the 16th, which, out of interest, was originally the 18th. It's a par 3 up the hill. We'll show it in a minute. And we've got another little story about that, where the original clubhouse was. So I'll get up there and we'll have a look. While we're here, we'll just have a quick look at the 15th green. I mean, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but it is immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. I don't know what they've done, but they must have spent hours on this. Used to get a big puddle at the back there. They must have spent hours and hours doing this, but it is immaculate. Right, we're going to walk up the 16th. Right guys, we're just walking up the 16th. There is a guy putting out up there, but he should be gone by the time we get up there. So, the 16th hole, par 3, like I said before, originally the 18th. Now, I've struggled to find much information of what actually happened to the old clubhouse. I'm just going to slow down a touch. It's just blotting out. He's just put that out. Yeah, trying to find out what actually happened to the old clubhouse. As you can see, there's houses there now. That is exactly where the old clubhouse used to be. Now, my understanding is it burnt down probably about 13, 14 years ago. I'll speak to a resident in one of those houses here, which is actually called Golf Close. And he thinks those houses were built about 12 years ago. So that adds up. But again, this green was almost unplayable. So where we're going to stand just now, if you look over the top of the pin, that's where the clubhouse was. If I can find a photo of it, I'll put it in now. Right guys, I later found out that the old clubhouse didn't burn down. It was just demolished, sold, demolished to make way for the new houses. So that concludes our tour of Bulwell Hall. All that's left to say is the prices. It's Monday to Friday, £16 until 12 o'clock, £12 until 2 o'clock, and then it drops to £8. Saturday and Sunday it's £21 in the morning till 12 o'clock, £15 until 2, and £10 thereafter.